Hello everyone, Captain Tiger here with Bengali Engineering and Play. We are back in Space Engineers, continuing on in our kind of subset of the Survival Series 2, working on the multitask fighter. So, continued on doing a little bit of stuff off the screen just because I wasn't sure how to do it, and I'm still actually not sure how I'm going to finish up everything, but let me kind of do the profile shot here. So, sorry, had to take care of the thing, the nose there. So, what we have here, this is kind of the side shot. The wings, I'm not sure what to do with the wings yet, so I'm not done yet. So I'm still maybe gonna do a few other things before I'm done. So let me go ahead and turn off the HUD here for the this is the port wing batteries here. There we go. So there's the slope down, the gradual slope down here at the top, which is, let's see, one little problem here. Just the wrong one there. Not sure how that happened. Which this is the one little hiccup here, because I end on the slope one before this weapon. So this ended up either flat or continuing on in the 45 slope. This this bottom section is coming up to this point as well. So we have a little bit of down, a little bit of up that I think makes it pretty good. Let me go and show you the profile here. So other than this, again, this corner here, pretty sleek profile, I think. Obviously for a small ship it's pretty good sized, but I still want to incorporate a little bit more slope in the wings here that are going to be, I think, purely aesthetic. I don't think there's going to be any purpose of them, which is why I'm kind of toying with, do I even put them on there? Is there any point to it at all? So let's have a look-see underneath. You can see where some of these things are coming together. So underneath, I'm just filling all of the extra spaces with shield. You just can't have enough shields. So shielding is I think a good thing. There's also two more reactors under here, small reactors. You can't see it, but just under here there is a small cargo container that is going to be ammo for these guys. That's all it will have in it. So to look here, I put another set of batteries out here. So what I have not figured out here is the ship has plenty of power. But these are still showing up as not enough power, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. Oh, maybe there's not enough power. That may be because these guys are... Huh, okay. Maybe. Alright, so what we'll do here is just for the fun of it, while everything is charging, uranium ingot. Alright, so theoretically, yeah, so it was actually the jump drives that was taking a lot of charging power. Those weren't charging either. Yep, so just needed more power. So, I put in 3 blocks here, which in this case are light blocks, and then attached the outer landing gear, and then I did the same 3 block thing here and attached the inner landing gear. So we still have this plane, this lower plane here, which the landing gear can hook up to, as well as the bottom connector, which will connect onto the large connectors. So fairly rigid profile underneath there. We have the half block, so we do have some protection around this thing. Yeah, so that I would love to have a the half slope there, but not gonna happen. I think we are out of. See, we're not out of hydrogen, and this is what I'm having trouble figuring out, because there's hydrogen here, but none of the none of the thrusters are working. And we have hydrogen. In fact, if we look here, you can see the hydrogen tank. So there's hydrogen status. Hydrogen tanks is 100%. All the hydrogen thrusters are turned on. They're just not working for whatever reason. So right now I think we're semi-bugged out. So the question under here is, do I flatten this out, or do I go, do I truly go flat? And so one of the things I need to do here, which is kind of where I got stopped. So we have this plane here that, just to get, because the light is all wrong, comes into basically this area here. And the question really is what to do here. So do I go completely flat, or what do I do here? Change colors again here. So this was and then I think trying to think of how to do. I gotta look and see what's up here. So this is the connector that goes forward here, and it also connects via the big thruster there. So the question is, do I want to continue these guys backwards, which is to say run all this here. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that just because. And then add those guys there because they're there. So I'm fighting with what to do here. There's a big part of me that really wants to kind of slope straight down here, and then the other half is just make it flat and be done with it. For example, if I were to do this kind of thing, those are going to be different color, but that. I guess that would actually be better. Like these, I don't really like that as it is, but alright, so let me try this idea, which is effectively just to continue on this kind of slope towards the center thing. And my inclination would be to put the half armor blocks over that, and just not worry about anything. You know, just completely cover the batteries and just, so what? And I'm kind of leaning towards that. So let me go ahead and so in this case we're gonna do the half block piece here and here, and then back to the half blocks down the center here. Yep, I think that's as good as we're gonna get. All right, then the issue back here is to figure out really what are we going to do in terms of propulsion back here. My inclination is to put the main thrusters down lower. And then slope everything backwards to here. So let me figure out how I'm gonna do normally I wouldn't do the junctions, but I want to have a surface that I can bond to. So let's go back to number 2 and number 5. These guys, which are, for whatever reason, they're not letting me bond to it. Of course. Then everything lights off again. Okay, how many do we have? We just have one there. So in this case, we have this tank back here. Do we want to leave this tank exposed? So I'm actually inclined to move these thrusters back quite a bit, in fact. So while that's flush from a pure profile perspective, what I would actually like to do, let me go back to, is this. Here's an interesting quandary. Not sure what we're doing here. So my inclination is to, being that I have this kind of thing exposed in other places, to just go with it. Now the question is, do we put a thruster up basically like this, and have that just be the profile of the vessel, which then we would put another one here, and then two more offset by one, which would basically be these here. So let me go ahead and take those out. God damn it. Motherfuck! God damn it. All the stupid complaints that everybody who plays this game has had from the very beginning. If it's outlined in red, that's what gets deleted. No fucking exceptions. Then you don't have to worry about what the reticle's pointing at. You don't have to worry about fuck all. It just deletes what is highlighted in red. After all, why the fuck is it highlighted in red? If that's not what's going to delete, again, developers that don't fucking play their own game. How are you supposed to know what does what if you don't actually play your game? There's only two options. Fucking play your game. B, listen to the people who do. Option C is not ignore every fucking buddy. But that's what they've done. Okay, do we do it planar? Or do we do it just slightly offset for the artistic value? I think we'll keep it planar, I think. Alright, and then so this is purely for redundant value. So we basically connect in all of these. So we have a set of conveyors coming from the bottom, and then we have a set coming from the top. This is our aft array here. So now the challenge here is to figure out really what to do in terms of sloping all of this down. So in this case, we bring I don't like leaving the junctions exposed. So what I want to do here, alright, let's alright, being as we have the holes there, to number so here's the interesting quandary, is that this is black coming backwards, so do I carry that one on, or do I carry another one on? And theoretically I should slope this one, and then this one is then black. I think it's time to just fucking reload here, because this is I'm no longer pointing at the things I'm pointing at. So you can see I'm underneath, but I'm not really pointing. My intention here is to try and point at this thing, and it's not actually doing that. Alright. So I clearly have, so here's the battery that's now black. But the game is in beta. If you detect a little bit of cynicism there. So, the red block is around that top piece. The reticle is pointing at the top piece, but it still deletes the junction. But it's in beta. Of course, unfortunately, Keen is known for never finishing a game. I know that's a very hostile statement, but so Minor Wars turned into Space Engineers. Minor Wars was never even remotely finished, and then rolled into what is Space Engineers today. Space Engineers, of course, is a long ways from being bug-free. I'm not asking... that sounded like an extremist statement. Do I think it's possible for a piece of software to be absolutely bulletproof and bug-free? No. But there's a lot of major bugs, game stopper bugs, that make this game unplayable. So fix the major things. The graphics overhaul. Now, the graphics is beautiful. No question about it. Absolutely beautiful. But the game was reasonably stable. Bugs, but they were being worked on, and then we have this entire graphics overhaul, wheels overhaul, physics overhaul, and then all of a sudden the game is broken to the point it's at times unplayable. The engine, and here's really the core of it, the engine cannot handle anymore. I mean, we're beyond the capabilities of the engine. There's memory leaks. I mean, hideous memory leaks, especially when it comes to mining and that sort of thing. So you get a lot of drills going and things get really, really buggy. So there's a lot of engine issues. And, of course, the problem with engine issues is, you know, is there really any way to fix engine issues without, you know, basically redesigning your engine? And the answer is no. That's just the nature of when you get to the point of you know, being at the point of being at the mercy of the engine, then there's not a whole lot more you can do. It's unfortunate, but that's just the reality. All right, so the question is what to do here. So this is fairly easy. We can make this flat. Suppose I could kind of just keep flowing this backwards. I know I'm going to run into issues here, I'm just not sure what kind of issues. So, so here's what I want to do. I want to end up on this corner. Like this. So the question is, how do I get there from here? My inclination is to go with a slope. So let me see if I can get this slope going the right way. Then we're gonna pull a few pieces off here. Alright, so kind of. Not sure entirely what to do with this part. Unfortunately, not a whole lot to be done there unless... Yeah, I can't really do anything there because the battery is there. Alright, then there's the question mark of what to do here. Do I just fill in the holes with shields, or do I do something else here? There's actually a lot of space in here. I mean, half of me says, let me go ahead and put, like, I've got room for another battery in here. But do I, you know, angle this slope out? I mean, without that corner piece, I could put it flat in here. I could put it flat here. And then slope this in. So I'm inclined to do that. Just because I like batteries. I like having a lot of batteries, a lot of reserve power. Alright, 8, then 5. Leave that one off because I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Alright, let's see what... So the only other thing I could do here is So this one there. That one there. So ideally would be to actually do this one out from here. A little bit off. Nothing really to be done. And the only other thing I could do is this kind of a slope back here what I already kind of have, but eh. Kind of terminates the whole black. Maybe we'll do the same thing with that one. Yeah, I think we'll do this whole thing black. I just need to tear some pieces apart to get there. Put those pieces back in. All right. That's probably about as greebled as this one's gonna get up here. So there's my side thrust, up thrust, back, down, and forward. I really don't think I want to do anything with this. So we have that there. I'm going to redo this whole piece to match this one. In fact, let's go ahead and just do that. Or do I want to... Okay, so I made a spot and then I'm following this back and I gotta finish my lines. Half, half, half. And okay, so this really does go all the way back. I think we'll go to there, which cuts one short, but it is right on the edge, so you can actually see all of the thrusters, which I think is good. All right. Now the question mark is, what do we do here, or do we just continue this whole? How big is this? 2, 3. Back to Tiger Orange. Oh my goodness, I'm over time again. So, this is Kenty Tiger signing off. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.